and welcome to another session. So we do these sessions every day at 7 a.m. Hawaii time. So right now it's 7 a.m. in Hawaii, it's 7:01 actually. Good morning and aloha from Hawaii. Now, what are we talking about? Dark and light energy. Okay, is it like a good versus evil thing? Kind of, sort of, but not quite. It doesn't have to be in that extreme. So you all have light energy and you all have dark energy because there is no light without dark. There is no yin without yang. Okay, you have to have both. So human beings were born with both. Now, conquering the dark energies when they happen is the thing to do. Okay, and that's the thing to be concerned about. How do you conquer the dark energy? Well, the best way to counter dark energy is to increase your light energy. Now, what are we talking about specifically? Well, light is like the sun that reveals and nourishes. Dark is like the night that allows introspection and rest. Everyone has, good morning, Jay. Everyone has dark and light energy. So let's quantify that a bit more. Everyone has high and low frequencies. Dark and light energy, high and low frequency. Or we can say positive and negative emotions. They're all the same thing. Now, people say, well, you cannot have light without dark. Yes, true. And vice versa. Yes. But the balance is key. How are you going to balance? How are you going to balance the light against the dark or the dark against the light? There is only the conscious, the subconscious, and superconscious. Those are your states of awareness. And based upon that, light energy can become a habit in the subconscious. Dark energy can become a habit in the subconscious. When you are constantly seeking dark, it's not necessarily that you want to find dark things. It's that it's become a habit. Habits are established very quickly in human beings. Very, very quickly. How is this done? Well, first you desire something. That's the thought. Thoughts become things. As you think the thought over and over again, guess what? It becomes a belief. Then your subconscious starts showing you. It starts giving you evidence of more of it. Here, this is more of it here, this is more of it here, because that's what you believe. Now, when you believe something, you have to see evidence in order to keep believing. You have what is called a reticular activating system in your brainstem. It's a filter of sorts. You could call it a filter. It starts to filter out the things that you're not focused on. So if you're focused on dark energy or things that consist more dark things, more drama, more negative events, those things, because your reticular activating system will say, here, look, see, you're not crazy. Your belief is solid. You believe in darkness. Look here, see, there's some more over there. There's some more over here. That's how you're designed as a human being. So your subconscious is learning to live dark. Your subconscious has been conditioned to live dark, to practice dark, to live in darkness, if you will. Now, is there any light involved in that process? Sure, of course. If we want to quantify, dark increases over here like this, and now you have a little bit of light here. And you have a lot of dark here. If you're at the 50 percentile and you push this 1 degree, okay, or one number or one digit, now over here you have 51% light and 49% dark. Can you push it some more? Sure, yeah, you can push it a little bit more, Can you do this much? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. We're human beings, we're not saints. We're spirits having a physical existence. So to balance, what do? Well, you practice the higher frequencies. You practice the higher emotions. You practice the light emotions. Light energy is expansive. Dark energy is constrictive. Okay, both exist in the universe and both teach us about ourselves. So when you have too much dark, guess what happens? You automatically get pushed back into the light. There was this Korean lady I knew years and years ago, and I had hit rock bottom in my 20s. And she said, you know, she spoke broken English. And she said, you know, when everything bad, that's the good news. And I said, what? She goes, when everything bad, that's the good news. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, nowhere to go but up. I never forgot that. I have a client right now who was involved in stuff that she wasn't supposed to, or let's say it wasn't ideal for her to be involved in. And it got pretty dark. It got very dark. It was a progression of dark. So this is light, this is dark. Her life was proceeding like this. It was going like this. And then this is the light, this is the dark over here, but it was going like this. And now there's way more dark here than light. And what happened? Well, there comes a point where you push the boundaries enough so that something happens to push you back to the other side. Now, I always give the analogy that, well, there's the street, there's prison, and there's graveyard on the dark side. Because dark energy is constrictive. There's an end to it. There's a definite end to negativity. There's a definite end to darkness. But you see, when some people end up on the street, they begin to turn their life around. They begin to reflect in the kingdom. The kingdom is within, in here. They begin to think about it. The more you think about it, the more a belief it becomes. Then your subconscious starts showing you more evidence of it. Then your life starts to turn around. It turns around automatically. You don't have to put much effort into it. Not very much. Don't believe the people who say, oh, you have to work hard at it. It's hard. They make it seem difficult. It's not difficult. These are just choices that you make. So you have choice A, you have choice B. You always have a choice. My first question is, how are you making this choice? What are you doing? What's your process? And they say, well, I just think about A, B, and then I choose one. Here's how you should go about that process. Ask, believe, receive. If you just choose, then you're saying, I am that. I am that. You're identifying with whatever it is you choose. But if you ask, and if you believe in the asking, you will receive the answer. And sometimes you'll be taking a shower. And sometimes you'll be driving down the road, not thinking. or thinking of something insignificant here. If you're not overthinking in here, okay, the prison is here. If you're not overthinking, if you're clear, if you're settled, if you're confident, confident is a clear, relaxed inner calm. If you're confident, the answer will rise to greet you. And when that answer rises to greet you, then you choose it. And then you say, I am that. That's how you choose. People rush themselves into decisions. Nobody's rushing you. Whenever someone rushes me in a store, I say, excuse me, I'm not in a rush. I'm the customer. I'm not in a rush. But they're so eager to get you to that sale point. The point is, when you're rushing, you're not being grateful. When you're rushing, you're moving in lack. Rush. There's no time, there's no time, there's no time. There is time, you have time. Your life is your time, you have life. You have time. Are you being grateful for the time that you've been given? Are you thanking whoever it is you believe in? I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Are you thanking God? Are you thanking Source? Are you thanking the universe? Are you thanking the stars? Are you thanking higher self, higher purpose, higher intelligence, infinite intelligence, Jesus Christ, Allah? Are you saying thank you? If you're being grateful for your time, you will get the answer. When you get pushed too much into the dark, there's nowhere to go but back towards the light. So some people find it on the street and they turn around. Some people find it in prison and they turn around. And some people end up in the graveyard. That's it. That's all there is. It stops at graveyard. Negativity stops at graveyard. Where does positivity stop? Where does the light stop? Light is expansive. Jesus Christ said, I am the light of the world. His love was expansive. At the very top of the frequency scale, at the emotional scale, at the top of the light scale is love. At the very bottom is not hate, it's fear. So you have love here, you have fear down here. And then you have several degrees of light emotions, of light frequencies. And then from the 50th percentile going down, you have the negative emotions. You have negative frequencies. You have dark energy. That's why when you have people get too dark in life, they get too dark. What do they say? I found the light. I see the light. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Some people who are stuck say, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see any hope for this. There's no hope. Why? Because they can't see it. Because they're stuck in the dark. What makes you stick in the dark? Your subconscious. There is only the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. So with my client that I'm helping, she was stuck way over here in deep dark. And now she's moving back this way towards the light. So we started with her voice first. Your throat chakra needs to open, and then the heart chakra follows. When your throat chakra opens, your vagus nerve from the cranium all the way down into your heart is activated. When that's activated, it stimulates your heart. When your heart gets stimulated, your heart chakra opens. This is why when you see Jesus and you see the picture, the depiction of his heart, this is what it's talking about. The sacred heart. Sacred heart. It's talking about the heart chakra. It's an esoteric reference. But first, your throat chakra has to open. Then your heart chakra opens. Then what happens? Then tears just fall. Happy tears fall. And there's a series of these happy tears that have to fall. Because you are clearing. You are cleansing. You are cleansing from the dark into the light. And sometimes you don't know why the tears are just coming down. And they're happy tears, they're not sad tears. And you don't know why. They just fall. And when you sit still, thought that will take you to a higher frequency. And again, the top frequency is love. From the top to the middle, it's love, peace, gratitude, joy, passion, excitement, enthusiasm, hope, and satisfaction. If you're satisfied with what you have, if you're grateful for what you have, that's the first step. Satisfaction. I'm satisfied. I'm happy with this. At one point in my life, I was driving a $400 Toyota. The top speed was 45, 48 miles an hour. That's as fast as it would go. I barely made the minimum on the freeway. But I was grateful for that Toyota. I was grateful that Toyota fixed my life, because before that, I had a muscle car. And when I got pulled over doing 83, and he was like this, and he said, "This is a flagrant violation of the law." And I said, boy, I really irritated this judge. And then, call it a coincidence if you want, but just like that, the power steering went out. And then just like that, the radiator had to be done. Get another car. This is going to be too expensive, and I agreed. And someone that we knew was selling their old car, a red 4-door Toyota Corolla, for $400, and I bought that car. Is it a blessing? It got rid of my driving record. It couldn't do things straight again. It was getting pretty dark. My average speed to work was 80 miles an hour in my muscle car. I just never got caught. Just that one time will push you from the dark into the light. That one experience will correct your path. That one is, then you look at it and you say, oh, it's a coincidence. What a coincidence. I got a $400 Toyota that couldn't speed, and then my driving record's fixed, and now I have no problems, and, depends on what you believe. Light is expansive. It grows. It's infinite. When Jesus said, I am the light of the world, he was talking about expansiveness. He was talking about love. He was talking about light. There is no end to light. And it pierces the dark. How high can you go? I think we'll see the first trillionaire pretty soon. So you can go there financially. What else can you do? The possibilities are endless. There's unlimited possibilities. Quantum physics tells us they're up to the 10th dimension in discovery right now. 10 dimensions. Simultaneously working in the same place at the same time. And when you make a choice and you say, I am that, you identify with a feeling and you say, I am that, I am hurt, I am angry, I am sad, I am upset. Or you say, I am happy, I am joyful, I am loving. Now you select the reality. What reality do you choose? Well, sometimes I am happy. Sometimes I am angry, right? I use the windshield wiper. Good, bad, good, bad. Good feelings, bad feelings. Then the emotion follows. The emotion follows the thought. Then you get that feeling down here. And you go, ooh, ooh. You get that gut feeling, that gut reaction, which could result in a knee-jerk reaction if you're not careful. Because we have been conditioned to respond to our emotions. Respond to fear. Respond to anxiety. Respond to joy. Respond to love. But when you can be less compulsive, when you can show more restraint, let's say it another way, when you can become the observer. Now, you're observing the thought like a cloud. Remember yesterday I said cloud, right? And you see the cloud passing. And you said, I don't think I want to think that thought. Let it go. Allow it out. Here comes the emotion following the thought. Not going to touch that cloud. Let it go. Let it go. Observe the cloud. Let it go. It takes 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Count to 90. Or look at your clock. Look at your watch. 90 seconds. And you're going to feel the feeling leave you. You're going to feel that feeling leave you in 90 seconds. The desire will leave you if you're patient. But we're conditioned to think fast, act fast, think fast, make a decision, go ahead, fast, fast, react, react, react. You can live a reactionary life, or you can live a mindful life. Then when you live mindfully, we call it emotional intelligence. And you will automatically know when you become the observer. You will automatically know what to choose. Because in that moment that the thought is passing as a cloud, in that moment that the emotion is passing as a cloud, and you choose not to engage, but to observe. and you're observing it, you will feel that sensation as the energy leaves you. Because while the cloud is moving through, while the emotion is moving through, following the thought, you will feel it in your body. It's like an electric sensation almost. Some people call it chicken skin sometimes. They have a chicken skin moment and you go, ooh, ooh, like that. And it just goes right through you and you can feel it. You're not going to react like that. I did that to show you. You're not going to react like that. It's not that bad, but you're going to feel it and you're going to allow it through. Allow it out. And then it won't affect you. Why? Because you didn't engage. When you marry intention with emotion, now you have manifestation. This will manifest physically in the physical world, guaranteed. It doesn't matter if you're happy. It doesn't matter if you're angry. If you're angry and you have an angry intention and you marry it with an angry emotion, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get something severe that is formed out of that. It will be formed. It may not affect you directly or immediately, but it will affect you because you have produced it. It belongs to you. You have brought it into the physical world. And that's where responsibility comes in. Responsibility is becoming responsible for your actions, taking responsibility for your actions, owning your actions. So when you marry an intention with emotion, you have engagement. When you engage, manifestation happens through your subconscious. When you do this, you make an imprint on your subconscious. When you make that imprint, now the superconscious will give you intuitive thought concerning that. So if it's anger, guess what? You're going to get intuitive thought to take intuitive action in a negative manner. That's dark energy at work. This is why you become the observer. This is why you observe. This is why observation is allowing the thought to pass. The emotion that follows the thought, allow that to pass. And you'll feel it go through your body and it will pass. And your body will still be at peace. And it won't be affected. And then another thought comes. And then you choose again. Are you going to engage? Or are you going to observe? How do you learn to be this observer? Well, you're already the observer. The truth is your awareness. Whether you think so or not, whether you believe in it or not, you are awareness. Because if you're aware of the thoughts you think, if you're observing yourself think the thought, if you're observing yourself feeling the emotion, who's doing the observing? The kingdom is in here. God lives in here. God doesn't live up there. God doesn't live out there. God lives in here. God lives in you. When you use your eyes to seek, you're doing it wrong. Because all you have to do is close these distractors of yours. Close them. And now you ask, and believe in your asking, and you will receive the answer. Once you get the answer, you can act upon the answer. That's when you marry intention and emotion upon that answer. Now you've cemented it into the subconscious. Now it becomes the topic in the subconscious. Now your subconscious starts showing you proof of this. I believe in X. Your subconscious will go, here, look, there's an X over here, X over here. Your reticular activating system in your brainstem goes, oh, there's another X over there, there's a blue X over there, there's a black X over there, there's a red X over there, there's another X over there. And pretty soon there's an abundance. All based upon what you put in your subconscious. The superconscious starts giving you the intuitive thought on how to create more of that, on how to sustain that, on how to propagate that, on how to build on that. And in that process, you identify. You identify with what the belief is in your subconscious. So let's look at the tree. The roots are your subconscious beliefs, your core beliefs, based upon what you have become to believe in your life. The experiences, all the data you've absorbed when you were a child, all of that. Those beliefs construct your paradigm or the way you see the world based upon what you believe. And then the actions are the fruits of the tree up here. Those are the actions and habits that have been created by what you believe and how you see the world. And now this is how you act, and that gives you the results. Can you change the results and just have random results? Yeah, you can. But if you want consistent results, if you're tired of the windshield wiper syndrome, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Some days I have money, some days I lose it all. Some days I have good things happen to me, other days the haters come in. you know, right? So how do you do it? How do you permanently move from a dark energy into a light energy? How do you move from a negative frequency into a positive frequency? How do you move from a negative emotion into a positive emotion? Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, and visualization. Start with your pen. I am so happy and grateful now that I am love. Thank you. There you go. Start with that. There's a reason why they say love and light. They're synonymous. They mean the same thing. The Valentine's Day definition of love, that's Hollywood. That's movies. Those movies play with your emotions. They go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Happy part, sad part. Happy part, sad part. Happy part, it's a W. It's like that. So, when you're talking about real love, you were born in love. You were born of love. Most of us, the majority of us, were born of love. And then life happens. And then things happen to us that are not of love. And those things can be dark. But if you allow it to go into your subconscious, if you allow it to become a program, now you start to believe in that. You start to believe in the abuse. You start to believe in the negativity. You start to believe in the darkness. You start to believe in, right? So, before you believe, dismiss it. Become the observer. If you're the observer, you can observe it, leave. You don't have to attach to it. If somebody exhibits a dark emotion upon you, projects a dark emotion upon you, the low frequencies, worry, irritation, disappointment, criticism, anger, hate, boredom, envy, despair, guilt, grief, shame, fear. If you're being intimidated, if you're being harassed, all of these are projections that are being made upon you that you don't have to accept. You do not have to receive them. You can let them pass. How can you be strong enough to let them pass? Become the observer. I don't even have drama. I used to have drama when I was around dramatic people. As soon as I got rid of the dramatic people, the drama left. The drama went with them. When you're in a state of constant drama, when you're in an environment that's dramatic, when you keep getting sucked into drama, you're attracting drama. It's already in your subconscious. Everything out here is attracted to everything in here. And the universal law of correspondence says that everything out here is also a product of in here. So what's in here gets projected out here in the world, and everything out here reacts to everything in here. If you want to change how they react to you, change this one. You don't have to change them. You cannot change them. It's not your position to change them. It's not up to you. It's not your job. My clients ask me, like, how do I fix this? How do I do this? How do I have so-and-so do this? I teach executives. Well, how do I get my crew to do this? How do I get my people to do this? How do I get them to do that? How do I project a mindset upon them to do this and that? Easy, change this first. If you're always experiencing drama, you're attracting it. If you're always using things of a lower vibration or negative emotional frequency or dark energy, it starts in your subconscious. That's where you have to fix it. That's where you have to invoke the love. That's where you have to put the love. Because otherwise, two things will happen. You will keep proceeding into the dark slowly, 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 until you're going to have an experience down here when it gets really, really dark. And that experience usually results in some form of trauma. And that trauma will push you back towards the light. People talk about a battle of spiritual battle of good and evil going on. If you believe in a certain cause, and that cause is being threatened, the natural inclination is to fight. Fight for the cause. Do you have to fight for the cause? No. When you fight, you lose. You think you win. There's a temporary feeling of exuberance when you push back on something. But you create that envelope when you push, that energetic envelope, that empty space. So when you move forward with that push, with that strike, with that fight, now what happens with this space? It collapses like that. And you will feel the effect over here because you have created this envelope, this energetic emptiness that needs to be filled. This is physics. So when you fight, you may win from here to here, but over here, you lose. The pendulum will swing back the other way, more aggressively. Then what happens? Well, then we see the pendulum move back again. Whenever it goes too far this way, push back. Too far this way, push back. Balance is key. Balance is ideal. So when you fight, you lose. Whenever you have to fight something or you feel you have to fight something, become the observer. Just observe. And then you will see what I'm talking about. Then you will see what happens to the people that fight. Sometimes there's a survival issue. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes it's a political issue. Sometimes it's a personal issue. But remember that when you fight, you engage. When you engage, everything is energy. Energy cannot be dissipated. It cannot be eliminated. It can only be transmuted. When I get my questions, like, yesterday, this young boy that I'm life coaching, he's not so young, he's in his 20s. And he said, Uncle, how do I date this girl? How do I date that girl? How do I get dates with this girl, that girl? And I had to tell him, you're overthinking. Relax, you're overthinking. And in that process of overthinking, guess what happens? That's where you make all your mistakes. So I told him, men just want to be appreciated and women just want to be loved. Of course, there were 100 questions after that. No, but specifically, Uncle, how do we do this? How do we do? It's not a game of cat and mouse. It's very simple. Love is very simple. So my client that I'm working with that has emerged from the darkness, that is moving towards the light, like moths to a light bulb, right? Her heart chakra is now opening because the throat chakra has opened. We're opening her throat chakra. And in that process, the vagus nerve that goes from the cranium into the heart, the longest cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, VAGUS, not like in Las Vegas. Now her heart is being stimulated. When the vagus nerve stimulates your heart enough, your heart chakra opens. When your heart chakra opens, you start to purge. All the negativity comes out. It's automatic. It happens automatically. It's provoked by the voice. It's provoked by opening the heart, the throat chakra, but it's the heart chakra, and it opens. Guess what happens when the heart chakra opens? You start to free yourself. The prison is here, but there is a process. There's a process in setting yourself free. And when you go through this process, it's all being registered in your subconscious. That's what keeps it going. If it's not in your subconscious, it will not keep going. If it's a random thing, it's just random. So you have to ask yourself, am I living a purposeful life with purpose, of purpose? Or do I have this random existence where everything is happening to me instead of everything happening for me? Life happens for you. It unfolds for you. Your life path unfolds like this, not like this, not like that. When you marry intention with emotion, doesn't matter what emotion, you're going to receive as you give. You're going to get back what you give. You will get back in kind. You will receive in kind, in accordance with your giving. Saint Catherine of Siena said that. You will be rewarded by the amount of your giving. So if you give, always give, and then you always get. And then when you make a mistake, when you get hurt, then you forgive. No matter how large, you're engaged with it. You're enjoined to it. Forgiveness means you set yourself free. You don't forgive the other person to be buddies with them or do them a favor. You forgive them to do yourself a favor, to set yourself free here in your heart chakra. And then you can love. It's very difficult to love and fear at the same time. I've never been able to do it. Can you love and fear at the same time? I don't think so. So fear cannot exist where love is. It cannot. So you have your choice. On this end, there's love. Way down here at the bottom, there's fear. This represents light. This represents dark. As human beings, we move back and forth, back and forth. Things get a little too heavy over here. Oh, make the correction. What's the fastest way to make the correction? I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Done. Done. The Christians have a different way of saying it. They say, let go and let God. Give it to God. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Repentance, give it to God, let it go. And it's gone. Ask, believe, receive. Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, and visualization are the 4 pillars that will fix anything. Anything. So when you forgive, when you love, when you're at peace, when you give gratitude, when you're in joy, when you are doing things with passion from your heart, when you're giving of time, it's not about money. Giving is not always about money. The best thing you can do is give someone love. The second best thing you can do is give someone time. Sit and listen. Sit and advise. Sit and help. Sit and assist. Pay attention. Attention is the highest thing you can pay. No amount of money can replace attention. But it's in these things that you will find yourself. It is becoming the observer that will allow you to see past the commercialism, past the commerce, past the capitalism, past all the isms. And the veil will lift, and you will see. And you can only see when you close your eyes, because it's not out there. The kingdom is within. The kingdom is in here. You don't seek with your eyes. When you use your eyes, you're looking away from the kingdom. When you're looking over there at the movies, when you're looking over here at the bar, when you're looking over there at the nightclub, when you're looking over there at the trail that goes up the mountains to go hiking, when you're looking over there at the beach, you're looking away from the kingdom. The kingdom is within. Jesus Christ said, the kingdom is within. Gautama Buddha said, the kingdom is within. He said it in a different way. Krishna said it in a different way. The kingdom is within. All holy references mention the kingdom. You can live in heaven or you can live in hell. You have the choice. If this is the 50 percentile and you want to push this light all the way over here, now you're living in the light, because now you have at least 55% light. The rest over here, the smaller percentage, is dark. You want to go the other way? Okay, go all the way over there. And now you're living in the dark. Dark people enjoy the dark. They enjoy it. That's what they do. Darkness. Until something happens. And it has always been my observation and experience, and in 36 years of teaching, to see that when somebody stays in the dark for too long, they have to seek the light. And when they seek the light, they find the truth. And the truth sets them free. And the truth resides in here. The prison is here. When you unlock the prison, the truth unfolds. It unfolds for you. It works on your behalf. It's doing the job for you, and it's doing it easily, effortlessly. Things just happen. Synchronicities happen. You start noticing all these good things happen, and you go, wow, isn't it a coincidence? It's like God putting a hand here and you step here. Then you take the next step and God puts his hand here. Then you take the next step and God puts his hand here. And you keep going and you keep getting supported. And you keep going. And you're taking baby steps and the doors continue to open, continue to open. It continues to open. Why? Because you have found the light. You have found the love. You have found the truth. And the truth shall set you free. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for us to see you guys tomorrow. As Jay says, thank you, Jay. Thank you for moderating over there. We want to say goodbye to our international feed, and we want to thank you for joining us. And we say aloha, and aloha means love, by the way. And we say aloha from Hawaii. So love